All right, rolling. All right, hello Lana, hello everybody. I've been out for a while, but I've been doing my wonderful 9 to 5. I'm working at Men's Warehouse and we are selling men's suits, men's fashion. And we are busy right now, the prom, and I was debating whether I want to be pretty and all solid or I just want to be comfortable and actually start putting videos back out again. Because I've been out for a while, I've been actually consistent on my artwork and fairly consistent because life comes in and there's errands to run and then you laundry to do and then a lot of things happen. Life is actually so abundant in activities. Excuse me. And this is quite interesting because what I wanted to discuss is priority management. Now, someone mentioned before, and I believe I learned it from Kevin Trudeau, that time management is one thing. When you're trying to manage your time, you create a schedule. And you know what I realized? That masculine energy is so much more coherent with actually being organized and being disciplined. Whenever you tap into that energy, like my boyfriend, he is very diligent in his discipline trackings. And I tried that too. However, my natural being is so hippie. Like I like to listen to my intuition and connect to what the source wants me to do. And if source says, hey, bail out on cleaning for right now, you feel like creating, just go create and you'll clean up after you're tired of that. This is what I'm rather be listening to. When my boyfriend, he's very good actually at being diligent at his daily tasks. He creates his own little routine and he actually fulfills that and he prioritizes his time and uh, goals. When I'm prioritizing my goals, but I'm not prioritizing my time because I get confused. If I start making schedule for myself outside of work, there's so many things that I'm excited to work on. Even though I sense that scatterness, I working in it more intuitively. Now, if there are people like this out there, please reach out because if you have a better way of managing yourself, I would like to know how you do this. Because I used to think I don't have intuitive abilities at all. However, I'm recognizing more and more that there is that voice inside that will help me recognize what's gonna feel good. Let's say if I want to have a fruit or if I want a piece of chocolate, and I would ask myself, like, let's say I think I want chocolate, and I'm asking myself, okay, so this is the taste that I'm getting. Now, if I think of a fruit, does that sound more appealing? And then my mouth would start watering. And I'd be like, okay, my body actually craves a pear instead of craving a chocolate. Because my mind wants a chocolate, but my taste buds, they like craving something juicy. And this is how I'm learning to operate with my body. Same thing with work and my life outside of work. Totally different people. By the way, started watching the show Severance. What a crazy concept. I love it because you're one person at work, you're the other person at where you when you're not there. And I've been working on something rather creative. And excuse my look, I really don't care. You can judge me, please. Throw it out there. So for a little bit every day I was trying to work on these little planters and they're gonna glow in the dark, and I tried to give them this Egyptian theme. It may look a little off because I'm working with this nozzle type of paints, so you have to squeeze it and puff it out. I'm gonna put video out there about it soon. I just have to finish sides, but a little bit every day helps. And even though I'm recording it on the camera, I have yet edited it, and sometimes I put shorts. Now I'm also missing putting out content like this. So how do you people manage all that? I want to be able to do this and do my arts and not do 9 to 5, and I guess this is a big thing. So you get to watch me break free from my 9 to 5, and I think it's gonna be fun when I actually get out of there. So let's do it together. If you're curious, keep watching. If not, just tell me something else fun. So let's give me a topic what we can discuss. Got interrupted there with thoughts. But I wanted to mention a couple of things. So there is difference between time management and priority management. When we prioritizing time, this is where I feel like we get caught up with, like, I don't have enough time. I need time to do this, and I need time to do this, and I need to have time to do so and so. And this has been a running pattern that I'm noticing within myself. And if you're noticing that within yourself too, place a comment down below. Let's talk about it. How do you like that? Are you enjoying not having enough time? If you're also like me working 9 to 5, are you still interested in having enough time to do what you love outside of your 9 to 5 running? Unless you're absolutely in love with your 9 to 5, then it's not an issue. I enjoy my 9 to 5. I just get tired of it and exhausted. But I'm also finding good things. I'm prioritizing not time with my 9 to 5, but managing not time, but I'm managing priorities in my 9 to 5. Again, switching the mindset from not enough time to what is my priority, what is the value I'm looking for. I'm in this situation, I'm in this environment, what value am I getting? So once I started shifting that mindset into what is the value that I am prioritizing, we received new training on iPads that actually teaches coaching, which I didn't expect, because we thought that would be only for management, but all the part-timers employee also got to go through the same through the same training, which is good for the awareness. Through also the same work training, I've learned about biases, which I didn't know about before. I knew what's the halo effect, what's the horn effect. I've learned what is conformity biases. I've learned what are affinity biases, and those are very useful things from the psychological point of view, because as much as I'm fascinated with psychological beings, with the psychiatry, I'm not exactly a psychiatrist. I'm an artist. However, I'm often using creativity to help me cope with the world, because sometimes it's a lot. So there needs to be happening some expression, and that's why me working on these planters, since it's not exactly painting, it's very therapeutic for me to actually apply paint with my hands, whichever tools I'm using. It's soothing, and I get to connect the sense that I'm creating and making something beautiful whenever it was crazy boring, because trust me, those pots were really ugly when I started with them. Now, there was a reason. This is one of the main reasons I took a course on therapeutic art practice through PrimoLearn, and I believe primolearn.com. I found them through the ad on Facebook, and they were not expensive. I spent, maybe on the first course, I spent $200, and then they also had big sale on other courses, which I got, like NLP and Ayurveda, that I have yet gone through. But when I went through the therapeutic art course, that was mind-blowing. That wouldn't necessarily mind-blowing like it's Tony Robbins gives you $200 course and everything is in there and now your life is magic. Not exactly, but it's very informative. It has enough, I think it has 8 modules. I was able to print all of this because they come in PDF formats that you can actually read through. You can listen to it while you drive, which I was doing. and I actually printed them and made the whole binder for this, and I have all my modules in there. So I would sit at work on my lunch and I study all of these things, and they have quizzes in the end, and also at the end of all of your modules you go through an exam. And when you pass the exam, there's I think like you have to pass with a 70 or 80%. And when you pass the exam, you can have a choice of actual legit certificate printed out and shipped to you. I believe they based in Europe. And when I bought the course, as you're purchasing, they actually give you option to have actual certificate printed with a seal on it for $25 additional or something like that, which I got. And admittedly, when I finished my course, because I took my sweet time, and I instead of, you could probably finish the whole course in a couple weeks, but I also a little bit anal when I'm studying. I'm reading very slow because I'm digesting and consuming information, and I'm absorbing as much of it as I can, because I also have very good memory and I like to lock it in. So whenever I finished the course and I received my digital certificate, and I didn't receive my actual certificate in time, which was kind of taking a while, and then why I realized that, well, it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I contacted customer service, and they were so on point to respond to me and make sure I get my certificate delivered. I received it, and it actually is protected. It's not framed, but I get to get my own frame. Probably gonna get really cool artistic frame for it. But I have the seal, there's all the modules completed, there's a signature from the owners, I suppose, and these are all these institutions that actually putting the course together. So I'm an art therapy practitioner. Now also beware, if you're going through art therapy course, you have to be careful calling yourself art therapist or therapeutic art practitioner. I am a therapeutic art practitioner because I do not actually have psychiatry degree. Now, if I did, I was a bachelor or master in psychiatry, I could definitely call myself an art therapist. However, this is not the case. I did it for myself, and I wanted to help people who don't realize the creative forces within themselves, because I get approached by a lot of people who look at my artwork and they think it's AI. They think it's so fascinating, when for me, it's never perfect. It's never good enough. You want to make it like, I'm learning to be like, okay, that actually, if I'm taking perspective of a person who doesn't do arts and look at it, all right, that looks cool, and I can't see mistakes. But when I'm looking at things and I'm seeing as a professional artist, you're like, oh yeah, there's so many mistakes, it's just ridiculous. So dropping perfectionism, still there, but I'm working on it. So should you. And another reason, so when people approach me telling me, hey, I could never do this, and I'm not creative, and I could do nothing, I can draw a stick figure. Guess what? You don't have to be creative in arts. You're creative in something else, and you just have yet discovered it. Now, what you could do, you can use the art therapy, therapeutic art practice to actually reveal what you're talented in. Because it could be speech, it could be singing, it could be dancing, it could be anything, really. Some people do finger dance, and that's a talent, and you make it into a content. Long time ago, I used to actually put myself out there and edit my pictures all the time and create content. I wasn't very much into videos. I'm just starting to do that, but I tapped out of the society and I was not present. I was a hermit, I was in hideout, and I was just creating something. I would take pictures, but they were never posted. So now with this treasure that I have behind in my spiritual tool belt, I'm excited to finish building and announce my therapeutic art workshop that will come out soon, probably next month. And I'm also grateful to Prima Learn for giving me this opportunity, affordable opportunity, to be called therapeutic art practitioner and have a certificate and have a legitimate way to steer others into opening up to the creativity, finding the creator within, and aligning with the true essence of living being, that you are creator, you are the creator of your life, and you get to create anything that you want. So if you're not there yet, I'm walking there and I know we're gonna get there. So let's walk together. And if you're also working on breaking free from your 9 to 5, let's do it together and then celebrate. And then it will be so much fun. And I want to tell you how much I love you. And I'm excited for you to find your creativity and express it. And I'll see you when I see you. Much love. Bye.